We are back here with the social science lesson. Today we are going to deal with the question answers found on page 154 of your textbook. So let's turn to page 154. The first one is to tick the correct answers. 1. We should cross the road. Where do you cross the road? Middle of the road? No, it's at the zebra crossing. So 1A. 2. We should throw vegetable peels. Where do you throw it? In the middle of the road? In the room? No, in the dustbin. So it is B, 2B. 3. We should not play with knives. You can play with balls and toys, but not with knives and matchsticks. 4. A first aid kit contains matchsticks, toys, electric wires. No, it contains sterilized cotton pads. Now let's go on to the second one. Write T for the true statements and F for the false statements. We should play in the middle of a busy road. It is not at all true. It is false. A playground is a place where you should play. 2. We can prevent accidents if we are careful. Very right, because accidents happen only when we are careless. 3. Children can go alone for a swim. No, not at all. Always an adult has to accompany a child when the child goes swimming. 4th one. It is safe to play with knives. Not at all. It's very dangerous to play with knives because you may cut yourself. And the last one. A person who is bleeding should get first aid at once. Yes, very true. You just can't leave the wound to be bleeding and then take the person to the doctor. So immediate relief has to be done, and that is through first aid. Now let's go on to the question answers. I'm just giving you the oral answers. The answers will be uploaded later on. Answer the following questions. Why is it dangerous to wear nylon clothes in the kitchen? As I told you, nylon clothes are synthetic fibers and they catch fire easily. So it is advisable not to be dressed in synthetic or silk or nylon clothes, but to be dressed in cotton clothes. Second one, write 2 precautions we should take while handling electrical equipment. Now, whenever you're going to handle some electrical equipment, remember that your hands should be dry, because if you touch electrical equipment with wet hands, you will get a shock. And remember, second thing, the switches should always be in the off position. Whenever you're going to start any electrical equipment, remember the switches should be in the switched off position and not in the switched on position. Third one. List the safety rules you should observe while going for a swim. Now, when you go for a swim, you should always take an adult with you. Then, you should not push somebody who is standing next to you into the water. Third one, remember, you should not go near the deep end of the pool. And always remember to swim in a protected pool, a pool that has got protection. So these are some of the rules that you have to follow when you go for swimming. Next one, what should we do if we find a person bleeding badly? Now, as soon as you find a person bleeding badly, the first thing that you should do is to administer first aid. Now, how do you administer first aid? You have to take the person and wash the wound with some antiseptic lotion, and then immediately try to put some antiseptic cream, and cover the wound with a band-aid or a plaster, and then go on to the doctor or to the hospital for further medical treatment. 5. Make a list of things we should keep in our first aid box at home. Now, at home, of course, you need a first aid box. It's very essential. And the things that you will keep will be a pair of scissors, antiseptic lotion like Dettol or Savlon, an antiseptic cream like Borolin, a pain reliever cream like Move or Iodex, and then you can keep a small bottle of Vicks Vaporub or Zandu Balm, or you can say Tiger Balm, that is a relief for headache, and if needed, just a strip of paracetamol tablets which would have the expiry date for at least 6 months. You must always check that the expiry date is not near. or the medicine has not crossed the expiry date. If the medicine has crossed the expiry date, it is not to be used because it will result in danger. Next one, life skills on page 155. Write yes or no for the following questions. Do you wear the seat belt while traveling in a car? Yes, of course. Do you jump out of a moving bus? No. Do you wait for your turn on the swing? Yes. 4. Do you throw banana peels on the road? No. 5. Do you put your hand out of the moving school bus? No. If your answer is yes for question 1 and 3 and no for 2, 4 and 5, then you are following safety rules. I think this you should do it for yourself and then checklist by yourself. If your answers are according to the instruction given in the book, then you are following safety rules. Next one, values for life. When Rupak took out his school uniform to iron it, he found that the iron was not working. Should Rupak try to tamper with the iron? Why? Now, if he finds the iron is not working, what he should do is he should call his father or mother and tell them that the iron is not working, rather than take the iron to his own self and start tampering or trying some tricks with that. Because if he does so, he may spoil the iron. At the same time, if the iron is connected to the electric supply, he may get a shock. Next one. What things do you do on your own to get ready for school? So on my own, I do many things, of course, when I get ready for school. What do you do? Of course, you pack your books according to the timetable. You sharpen your pencils. You keep your stationery box ready. And then your mother prepares the lunch box and the snack box for you. And you're big enough to polish your own shoes. And you're big enough to comb your hair. Some girls may have long hair, so mothers need to comb it for them. And boys, I think all of you can comb your own hair because you don't have very long hair and you're having a very normal hairstyle. These are some of the things that you can do. Now look at the picture below. Below are 2 examples of accidents. What safety measures do you think the people did not follow? Now the first picture is there about a boy with an elderly person. And I think the elderly person has fallen down because he was not careful while walking, or the road was slippery or something like that. The second one shows you a person in the middle of the road and a vehicle has just crossed the zebra crossing and the person is fallen on the road and of course with a head injury. So I think that the person has crossed without looking at the signals, and that is why even though he is like on the zebra crossing, he was hit by a car and has suffered a head injury. So with this I come to the end of the lesson. The homework for you all will be to do A, B and C in the notebook and send to the school WhatsApp number. Now the activity on page 156. This is for you. Write S for safe actions and U for unsafe actions. Now this is an extra activity for you which I am not going to say the answers now. You will do it and take a photocopy and send to your class teacher or the subject teacher who deals with this. Thank you.